I've been told that we get a few moments of banter.
Yes, that
Understand
was...
this, I'm authentic and I'm fun.
Lizard. And you feel yourself begin to turn to stone.
I was shocked.
I'll go ahead and lower the difficulty to a 25.
Well, that's a 19 plus 6.
For a 25!
You were hanging on by a thread, baby.
Casimir and a heavy crossbow staring you down.
How long was I supposed to wait to hear a falcon's cry again?
Can you hear it now?
Previously on The Soldiers. 5 souls flee Dol Machar in the dead of night. Some seek revenge, some seek salvation, some seek purpose, and some seek family. All will find what they are looking for, but in ways they never expected. Tyranny may have thought of herself as just a simple party girl, but when the wider world is open to her, even she is surprised when her crueler instincts come out to play.
The slices that we've seen of Tyranny indulging in those impulses, she's felt power, and she doesn't really know how to feel about it. I think the fact that Tyranny stole a knife that was more in service of a home than being a weapon speaks directly to her impulse to cause emotional pain. She immediately felt the guilt of having done something specifically to hurt someone, and that's why she ran off and told Wick right away, because she didn't know what else to do. It was one of those moments where it's like, oh, I'm about to do something that me, Whitney, would not do, and I'm actually kind of afraid to bum everybody out. But then I'm like, Brennan is giving me a gift, and I took it. Now there's this dynamic with Tyranny and Kattigan where it's almost sort of like a developing father-daughter situation where he put the hammer on her after doing a bad thing. I think Tyranny is discovering what works and what doesn't in terms of her ability to disguise herself. Dr. Finger, you know, she did okay. Octus, not good. She fucked that one up. Tyranny wants everyone's approval, but she'll never admit to wanting Wick's. I think that she was always sort of instigating him, kind of being a brat, and Wick is the one that she wants to approve of her the most. She's the most fascinated by Thimble. Seeing this companionship that holds true even after death is so compelling, and just seeing the way that the group has developed having each other's back. All things that are very, very new to her.
Kattigan faces his own shortcomings even in areas of expertise, but is comforted by rediscovering that his greatest strength lies in trusting his friends and his instincts.
As a player, self-actualization can be tough if the dice aren't on your side. It just shows that those flaws in his personality, like how he engages with alcohol, impacting his capacity to be effective, felt just right. Kattigan and Tyranny's relationship, as it's slowly evolving, really feels just organic the way it's unfolding. He definitely sees some things in her that echo some parts of his life. I think there's definitely an urge there to like mentor or advise, protect even. I don't think Kattigan likes to see people in pain. Kattigan is an incredibly capable man, a survivor who is just deeply flawed. I'm just kind of looking for this dude to find his place in the world. If the dice say no, then I've given myself hopefully a complex enough character to justify why.
Thimble discovers a secret fairy sanctuary, but nothing can distract her from enacting revenge on Casimir Gavendale for the betrayal that cost Thiazi his life.
Killing Casimir, it was for Thiazi and it was for her. At first, it was like so much satisfaction. And then just an emptiness that's left. It doesn't bring back what you've lost. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Kattigan, but he's keeping so much of it secret still. I keep asking him, like off camera, what's this? And Robbie won't give me shit. He won't tell me anything. He's like, let me cook. Wick is this innocent, good person. His earnestness is not a play, it's genuine. It's fun to see him have to be away from everything that he's known and kind of come to terms with the fact that his family sucks. I am excited for Thimble to get to know Tyranny more. They have a very similar story. They both come from a world that is different than the one they're in now. They both came to this world in a way that was not their choosing, right? They came in service of another. Sorry, I got distracted by my own innuendo. Thayor and Thimble have a really wonderful history through the Falconers' Rebellion, and she knows how loyal and how strong and how noble he is. Even from the get-go, seeing him in the overture was like, everything's gonna be okay, because Thayor's here. Thimble feels very protective of him. She wants to get him back to his champion self.
Thayor's sense of duty towards fallen comrades, a life debt, and his family drive his decisions. But the discovery of his brother encased in stone provides a bittersweet twist to his responsibilities.
When he saw his brother Sid in that statue form, instantly there are more questions, right? We've located his brother. We know he was up to something. There's a chance to save him, but it's going to take stuff that Thayor doesn't currently have. Why were all these statues here? Why in this pose? Why with the magic like key code that could activate that paladin ability? And also, who's behind all this? Who's pulling the strings? Thayor definitely doesn't understand his own magic. I don't even understand the magic. It's one of those things that's being revealed a little bit in real time, but he is starting to, I think, piece together some of the little bits of wisdom and history that were dropped from his father when he was a child, things that were just sort of said about what used to be possible for these sorts of folks. I think Thimble is one of the characters he empathizes with the most because he has so many shared touchstones. He also knows the most about Kattigan, which we have not really been able to peel back the onion on him fully yet. And there are a lot of things and aspects to Kattigan's backstory that only Thayor and Cat, the two cats, know about.
Wick's journey of self-discovery leads to countless questions about himself he cannot answer. But he now knows the Candescent Creed does not have a virtuous heart, so it's up to Wick to set things right.
The first stage of grief is shock, and I think that's what this first arc of the Soldier's Table was, just getting him to process that he had been a pawn or a patsy in this whole thing. Wickander grew up in a religious organization, so of course he has always considered himself a cleric. That's what clerics are. They use divine magic. And Wickander believed that his magic was divinely granted. But when he learned that that was not the case, that it was actually granted through blood, then it was clear to him and our audience that he's actually a sorcerer. Wick seeing more of the world has opened his eyes to the fact that this world is not just light and dark. There are many shades of gray and shadow out there. I think he was shocked at how his family name is not well respected everywhere. His holiness and his good intentions don't make people immediately trustworthy of him. After this arc, he now realizes at least where he stands in the world. He's decided to act, but he doesn't know how. When they started this story, Wick viewed Tyranny as someone who was contractually obligated to take care of him. And now I think he's realized that she wants to be there, she wants to help, and it's more of like, hey, maybe this could be a friendship. Wick is also very intrigued by Thayor. He seems to have some light powers. Where'd they come from? What do they do? How'd he get him? And then Wick is mostly scared of Thimble. She kills everyone, and she doesn't seem to like him very much. How could you not like Wick? He's a sweet, sweet boy.
Okay, look, he's a dipshit, right?
Sam's character, Wit, just makes no sense.
Well, Kattigan thinks Wick sucks.
His stupid religion is full of shit.
Wick's the best. I mean, come on. Everybody loves him.
With revenge carried out, Sid recovered, and a firm desire to undo the harm of the Candescent Creed, the soldiers choose to return to Dol Machar in search of magical friends and familial confrontations. But what has happened to their city in the interim, and what will they discover upon their return?